Hey guys, Corey here, and today we're playing Lift Your Spirits. So it's a light novel, romance, horror game, as far as I know. I didn't really see a lot about it, but it did catch my eye, and so I wanted to try it out. Alone on a Friday night, and I'm spending it here. My fingers were sluggish as they typed out the last bit of conclusion needed to finish off my paper. I didn't even bother spell checking the rest, my head dragging the cursor across to close the document. Alright, time to submit it. I typed out my regards to Mr. Holtzman. Mr. Holtzman, with two N's apparently. Okay. Kindly find the attached file of assignment your student. Oh, right. Okay. Stifling a yawn, Whoa. Stifling a yawn, I turned on my phone to check the time. 2:53 a.m. The universal experience of losing sleep and gaining eye bags as a college student came to grace me in its hold once again, it seems. At least it's the weekend. Turning off the computer, it suddenly hit me how quiet it was without my fingers tapping away at the keyboard. Yeah, that definitely makes it quiet, especially at night. Everyone else had left. Campus was open 24/7, but who else was dumb enough to push their luck in submitting their assignments this late? Only you, my dude, only you. It's kind of weird that you're at campus late at night at 2:53 in the morning. And I don't think I've ever seen one like any kind of library or anything like that be open 24/7 on a campus, but you do you, my boo. I considered myself lucky Mr. Holtman gave me the extended deadline, otherwise I'd be screwed. Still, there were also the rumors, disembodied voices echoing through the empty room. Heavy footsteps shuffling down the halls. Those who were lucky claimed to see a black silhouette skulking around the vending machine at the end of the corridor, staring at them. I wasn't the superstitious type, but I had to admit the eerie silence of being the only person here gave me the creeps. I was recalling all the gossip spread around. Someone's in this room with me. I just heard that door open. I was recalling all the gossip spreading around the student body when a sound made me perk up. I glanced behind me over the monitors to see if someone had come in. Nobody. I ignored the goosebumps rising on my arms as I gathered up my items into my bag. Superstitions or no, I've done what I came here for. Time to go. I shambled to the elevators and tapped the button. It rumbled to life, slowly making its way up to my floor. Just a couple more minutes and I'm out of here, I assured myself. I don't know why, but I found myself constantly checking behind me as if expecting someone there. Yet, it's always empty every time I look. I tapped the button some more. So, my question is, if this place is open 24/7, why is there not someone there watching over the place? Do you think there'd be someone like a secretary or someone, security guard, watching at night? The hairs at the back of my neck stood as if I was being watched. Someone's walking up behind you. I clenched my fists, ignoring how sweaty they felt in my pockets. Is there someone behind me? Okay. I jumped. Yeah, I jumped too. The door slid open as I released the breath I didn't realize I was holding. I didn't even consider looking back as I stepped inside, refusing to turn around until the doors closed. The chipper background music played. calmed me down somewhat. I'm almost in disbelief. They were still playing it at this hour. Almost. I pressed the button for the ground floor. The elevator moved. A small jolt. With nothing to do but wait, I stared as the numbers slowly descended. The lull of the elevator was starting to make me sleepy. I thought of the things I could do once I got home, just to distract myself for the rest of the ride. I didn't get to read that. Okay. I blinked up at the flickering lights. The elevator shuddered and came to an abrupt halt. The music cut out. Tried the button for the ground floor, then the rest. Unresponsive. Pushing the intercom button gave nothing but static. Hello? Oh, my name's showing here now. No. No. This can't be happening. Take a moment to compose myself. I called out. Is anyone out there? I'm stuck in here. Help! I started slamming the doors as a panic took hold. There had to be someone out there. Help! Please, I'm in here. I didn't stop for a good minute, getting more and more desperate as tears welled up in my eyes. Why? Why now? Why me? I knocked my forehead against the door in a slump, ready to curl up and cry. Well, if you wouldn't have been here at 2:53 in the morning and actually done your homework on you're supposed to, you probably wouldn't have this issue, my dude. This sucks. I was about to turn before I felt a chill run up my spine. The air felt heavy. Is claustrophobia setting in? I didn't think I had a fear of closed spaces, unless there was a raspy moan from behind me. I turned my head. It screamed. Across me was a growing blotch of darkness, an oozing mass that seemed to melt through the walls. I scrambled away, my back flat against the doors. A hand emerged from the writhing form, grasping at the edges. Foul-smelling black ichor dripped from its fingers. Another arm followed suit, clinging to the other side. I couldn't look away. I couldn't find my voice to scream. A face took shape. A pair of hollow eyes and a manic grin with several teeth. It seemed to smile directly at me. I blacked out. Hey, wake up. Hey, wake up. Hey. I heard a voice, panicked and flustered from above me. Oh, hello. A person was looming over me, visibly worried as I blinked back to consciousness. You're alive. I couldn't really check for a pulse, so anyway, are you alright? I think so. Whew, I'm glad. Didn't mean to scare you back there. I realized I was... Oh, I like this best. It's very happy, but still kind of spooky. I realized I was still in the elevator, but now with a stranger twiddling their thumbs in front of me. They were taller than me, looming a few inches past my head. Their limbs looked even more awkward in the baggy sweater they had. I wasn't sure if they forgot to wash their makeup or if they hadn't slept for 3 days straight. Possibly both. I realized they were staring at me as well. Their eyes focused on me a little too long, as if they'd forgotten how to blink. So I suddenly remembered the last thing I saw. That creepy shadow from the walls. Before you were here, there was something crawling out of the walls. I know it sounds insane, but I swear it looked straight out of a horror movie. The stranger looked nervous. Crap, they think I'm nuts. I mean, considering she's the only one in here with you, it kinda had to be her. Don't look at me like that. No, I believe you for sure. You saw it too? Well, sort of. Sorry. I was really trying to be sneaky. That must have been uncomfortable to watch, huh? Come again? What what are you saying? Well, I heard you yelling for help, and I couldn't just leave you alone, so pardon me. I did the next best thing I could. Are you saying that was you? Yes, in a way. There's really no easy way to say this. I'm not alive. Not the way you are. Did they mean... You mean like a ghost? The stranger lit up appreciatively. Basically, you must have heard the rumors, right? Well, it's me. In the flesh. Well, sans the flesh. My hand shot out before I could think twice. What? The tips of my fingers instantly felt airy and ice cold, like touching something solid, yet not. The stranger yelped and backed away. Hey, do you just go around touching your fingers into people you just met? Sorry, I thought you were messing with me. The stranger was having none of it. Why do I even bother? If you sit tight and don't do anything stupid, they'll come find you in the morning. They shifted into a familiar black, shapeless entity, melting into a puddle and disappearing through the floor. Exactly the same way they had entered. I found myself alone for the next 7 hours. The workers found me half dozing in the corner the next morning. I stayed late most nights on campus to see if the stranger would show up, but it seems they're ignoring me on purpose. I never saw them again. Oh, bad ending one. Okay. I got rude awakening, so maybe we shouldn't try to stick our hand through her immediately anyway. Okay, so now we're back here at this part. So we're gonna believe them this time. I feel like this isn't the worst situation of meeting a ghost for the first time. The stranger gave a sigh of relief. Thank you for trusting me. I'd ask for your name, but I already know that it's Cory. How did you... I've been watching you for a while? Okay, so you're a creepy ghost. Excuse me? Tonight. I've been watching you for a while tonight. It's not safe to be alone this late. Yeah, because a ghost like you. I would know. Before I could ask further, they straightened. Anyways, I stuck around to see you write your paper. I don't necessarily agree with your hypothesis, but interesting nevertheless. Thanks, I think. They gave a shy smile. No problem. This wasn't the way I expected my night to go, but I guess the sooner I accepted it, the better. I should probably ask for their name instead of calling them stranger. You know my name, but what about yours? Oh, they looked away, fingers picking at their sleeve. I don't remember. I know who I was and what I did when I was alive, but not my name. Strange, isn't it? Have you ever thought of picking one for yourself? Their eyes widened, as if the thought never occurred to them. Yeah. I never needed a name, but if I were to have one, I've always liked the way Alma sounds. Okay? It sounds stupid. It's perfect, Alma. Their smile widened. Thank you, Cory. Alma went back to twiddling their fingers. We stood in silence for a while, gauging on what to say next. I kept glancing back at their hands, wondering if they'd feel as solid as they looked. They knew I was staring, but didn't seem to mind, waiting patiently in front of me. My thoughts were running wild from sleep deprivation and shock to actually form words past her introductions, to be honest. Oh, the music stopped too. I started humming softly, as if to fill the silence. Oh, there it is again. That's when it hit me. For a ghost, they could easily be a student just like me. I have to ask, how'd you, Alma had a knowing look in their eyes. Oh man, it's honestly kind of embarrassing. Insist. Oh. Despite having no blood flowing through their veins, their cheeks seemed to darken. We don't have to get into it, but I really want to know, please. I They hesitated before nodding. Promise you won't make fun of me? Promise. Okay. So I was staying late, working on assignment just like you. No one was around. Even back then, I was known as a loner most of the time. It didn't bother me. While I was working, I got thirsty. No big deal. So I headed over to the vending machine for a drink. They paused, hands shaking. They clasped at their wrist and twisted before continuing. Just a soda. Not too much to ask, right? I paid for the damn thing, but somehow my hand got stuck in the dispenser. So I pulled and, well, struggled a bit before I waited for them to continue. It fell. I felt my whole body being crushed under the weight. I couldn't even cry out for help. You're telling me got crushed by a vending machine? Okay, Alma, that's a pretty sad way to die, I'm not gonna lie. And the whole time my hand was still stuck on that thing. Not that I could even tell. I think my wrist was beyond saving at that point. They sunk into themselves. I died trying to get some cheap soda. How pathetic is that? It kind of sounded like it deserved it. It's not. I'm sorry that happened to you. Put my hand over theirs. It passed right through, giving ice cold chill at my fingertips. But Alma seemed to appreciate it nevertheless. They looked at me, their nervous hands finally coming to a stop. I've never told anyone about it before. I didn't think it would feel this freeing. Thank you. I heaved a sigh and moved to sit down, leaning against the door. Alma looked on curiously. What are you doing? I shrugged and took out my phone to look for a time-wasting app. In no time, I had one of my mindless games open. Might as well settle in and spend the next few hours trying to beat my high score. Not much I can do right now. Got some battery to last a couple hours. I pat down the spot next to me. You want to watch? Alma stood for a moment as if unsure. Come on, plenty of room for both. Just watch your legs, lanky. They settled in beside me, sitting crisscross applesauce, and leaned over to look at my phone. My shoulder immediately chilled at their close proximity, but I didn't bother bringing it up. We chatted amicably. Amicably as my fingers tapped away at my screen. Alma getting more invested the higher my numbers got. But otherwise, it was a peaceful company. A few hours passed. I must have dozed off at some point, as the next thing I knew, there was some whirling behind me that woke me up with a jolt. Voices began to call out, and I turned to see workers prying the door open for me. It took no time for me to step outside when their work was done. The sunlight shining over me made it feel like everything that happened last night was a dream. I turned on my phone to look at the time, and said I saw an untyped message typed on the screen. Be safe. Careful about staying late next time. I blinked and looked around. A cold chill went up my arm, and I almost turned to expect Alma, but saw nothing. I am sorry I keep yawning. It's only 11 o'clock, but I did work all day, so. Next time. I put my phone away and rubbed my bleary eyes, and mentally making a note to stay back at the campus more frequently from now on. Oh, good ending one. Till next time. Okay. So, that makes 2 endings. Now, if there's 2 good endings, I wonder if there's another one, or if there's some bad endings. I mean, this looks bad right here, so let's find out. And this time I chose all of the main things to say to her to get to this part. But we're gonna say it sounds like you deserved it. Alma's eyes shrunk into thin slits. She doesn't look too happy. Why are you so mean to me? The lights dimmed, a fuzzy static rising in the air. Heavy weight settled in my chest as Alma staring me down. Their height only made me shrink further. I've done nothing but be nice to you. All I wanted to do was help, and everything went dark. I stepped back as raspy noises came from in front of me. Sounds of scruffling and bones snapping. My back hit the wall. It was cold, colder than anything I've ever felt. It hurt to breathe as I waited in the dark for something to happen. Hello? Shit. The emergency lights turned on. Alma, you ain't looking too good, my friend. Alma no longer looked human. Multiple eyes writhed across their form, tiny slits with red pupils, judging me. Those eyes can give you nightmares. Oh my gosh. Mouths crackled and taunted, whispered, "You deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve this." Wait. My feet buckled as the elevator began to drop, free falling as gravity's pull took over. The buttons began to light up one by one as we fell by each floor, faster and faster as it gained speed. The scraping of metal was loud in my ears. I dropped to my knees, begging for it to stop. And stop it did. Splat. Bad ending too. You deserved it. You know, I think you're a really great person. I want to help you get out of here. Okay, so this time I chose every good thing getting up to this part, so I tilted my head. How are you going to do that? I can try some things. That is, if you trust me. Oh, trust Alma or trust Alma? We're going to trust her. They clapped their hands excitingly. Okay, here we go. You might want to hold on to something. Before I could ask further, the elevator began to drop. Oh. My heart plunged deep into my throat as my weight shifted upwards. Alma? Hang on, let me focus. The buttons for each floor flashed beside me. I closed my eyes shut and decided to trust them. It felt like a roller coaster heading straight to the ground. The air whizzed around me. I gritted my teeth and clenched my hands, knuckles probably wide if I bothered to look. Okay, my dude, you're only 10 floors up. So I don't know how long this is going to take. And just like that, it stopped. I yelped as the elevator jolted. I landed on my ass with a smack. I blinked, my eyes open to see Alma clapping excitedly. They looked over to me, to see me on the floor and gestured towards the doors. They cracked open as if manually pulled apart by an unseen force. My jaw dropped as I realized they really did bring me to the ground floor. You really did it. I did. I never got to do that before. I couldn't believe my eyes. I stood and threw my arms around Alma, only to completely pass through them. They yelped and backed away to the wall. Give a signal before you do that. I don't appreciate feeling hands inside of me. It's gross. I'm sorry. I gathered myself and stepped through the doors, Alma following suit. Sure enough, the lobby was empty. The clock on the wall indicated it was close to 4 a.m. now. Well, I guess this is it. I turned to see them trying hard not to reach for their hands, fingers twitching to intertwine with one another. It all happened so fast. It sunk in that now I could leave and go home right now if I wanted to. Alma, thank you, I appreciate it. They nodded understandingly. I stood there for a moment as they looked at me before averting their eyes. They were waiting for me to leave. I grasped at my phone inside my pocket, mustering the courage to ask what I was about to ask. Would you ever want to hang out again? They did a double take. Huh? Would you want... Oh. Yes, but why would you want to? Why wouldn't I? I like you. Once again, their cheeks darkened despite being them. Despite being them. I like you too. Yeah, I'd love to hang out again. Great. Preferably when I'm, not stuck and helpless in an elevator. My heart skipped a beat as they laughed lightly. Preferably, of course. I'll see you next week? Yes, don't worry about a time or place. I can always find you wherever you are in the building. Kind of unsettling, but okay. Stay safe, Cory. I waved and headed towards the extra entrance, pulling my phone out to call for a driver from one of my apps. When I turned around to look, Alma was already gone. Good ending to Friends for Life or more. That was cheesy, I'm sorry. You didn't need to see that. Okay guys, so that was Lift Your Spirits. I got all 4 endings on this game. I really enjoyed how carefree it was. I know it's different than what I usually play, but I actually really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the storytelling. And it's made by Deersphere Studios, and I thought they did a really good job on this. And I would definitely like to check out more of their games and see what else they have. But I, like always, am going to leave the link for this game in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below so I can see what you thought about this, and subscribe for more content like this. I am getting so close to 100 subscribers, so if you want to help support me and get me there, I really appreciate it. Subscribe. So have a good day, y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.